everybody, it's your boy, that VR Fox, Jackson Foxborough, back again with another video. You may notice that today, unfortunately, I do not have a face model in the corner. That is because my VC face has decided to break on me. So, unfortunately, that means it's just gonna be audio for this video, which, you know, it's fine anyways, because I'm mainly going to be doing a breakdown of what you can see down here, the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 official trailer 2. This released at like midnight last night, so let's watch this once through. I won't be able to do much of a reaction to it, so I'll probably cut it down a bit. If you want to see the unedited clip without my commentary over certain things, I'll leave a link to the original trailer in the description below. Other than that, let's begin.
So you wanna tell me about your bad dreams?
It's always the same.
I think this right here is, you know how in the first trailer we had William Afton standing at the end of this hall? I think this is what happens after that. This is definitely coming off as a dream sequence.
Your dad.
Ooh, look at those blueprints. Let's see. Top hat. Staple of any top performer. Okay. Eyes to glow. And this is Freddy Fazbear version 3.0. Hold on a minute. People have been getting this one wrong. I've heard people say it's 2.0. It says 3.0. Let's see what this says here. Ears to be spring loaded. Final something. It's too blurry to read that one. What's this other stuff over here? I think that might be Foxy. That looks like the head shape of Foxy over here. So I think what we're looking at is he's designing the FNAF 1 animatronics here. Let's see, is this is a different table too. These are two different scenes. They're cut together to look like the same. Got the Blumhouse logo. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Doesn't look like there's anything of significance in this shot. That could be a face or something. Probably not.
We're never gonna be able to move forward.
Shadows. Yeah, that's shadows. So, let's see. First here, we have a bag of marbles.
Until you deal with some of the mess you left in your...
Oh, CRT.
Some of the mess
Is that a VHS CRT? No, that's just a regular CRT. Okay.
you left in your head.
We've got a mirror. It looks like that's... Yeah, I think that's a mirror. And then we have Garrett's plane. Alright, so she still has Garrett's plane.
My father was a monster. You know that.
Everyone.
Oh, hang on.
Father was a monster.
Yep.
Father was a monster.
These are all
You know
from
that.
chase in here. And then this... I think that's the missing children.
Everyone
Daddy, I'm sorry you missed my birthday, but I really love my present. I miss our park.
Called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing.
Okay, so he's Henry Emily confirmed now. Now we know Skeet is Henry Emily. Okay. This is a scene from the first...
But I knew.
Oh, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria grand opening. This week, a new family entertainment... something has opened in something Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the establishment, something. The video's a little too low quality to see. I might have to actually download the video to look at this. Something. With a combination of pizza, something about games, and then this is all blurry, so there's no chance at reading it. I wonder if this is an actual... We'll continue to work together to address the issues that matter most to you. Parts of town, needs of the community. This one back here might be talking about the missing children's incident, because it says the mayor said we'll continue to work together to address the issues that matter most to you. Then we have
She was
this
murdered.
one. Afton's early ambitions. The field of animatronics owes a great deal to the singular devotion and revolutionary work of William Afton. His pioneering vision for merging technology with entertainment using animatronic robots not only provides a fun experience for kids, but also serves as a form of companionship. In addition to his early success in the field of robotics, the opening of his Freddy Fazbear's Pizza restaurant, where his animatronic characters heavily feature, has made him a well-respected member of the local business community as well. Designed to be lifelike. Okay, from the outside, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is a place of wonder and excitement. Children gather for birthday parties, play games, and watch as the animatronic characters perform on stage, singing songs and engaging with the guests. In this context, William Afton is seen as a successful and innovative businessman. He appears to be a man who has it all: wealth, respect, and a thriving business. Afton's ambitions didn't stop here, though. He is excited about the potential of his future creations. He recently started to experiment with new ideas and technology. Remnant, looking for ways to improve and innovate. He always has more characters in development, as well as and it starts to get blurry here. It's kind of hard to read that.
By him.
So we have Charlie here, right? Now I got a theory about this. First off, two different scenes, right? I'm gonna make note of this. This is from a filmmaking perspective. This is two completely different scenes. And I can tell because in this shot, she's holding the child. In this shot, she isn't. Wait a minute.
She was murdered by him.
I thought it was a dead child at first. No, he's alive. He's alive. He might be dying, I don't know. But I have a theory, and that is, this is the missing children's incident, right? And Charlie over here, I'm gonna guess canonically, that's not physically Charlie there. I think that's the puppet, which is how she's able to be on the stage and everything. I think that would explain that. Well, I mean, it is pretty easy to get onto the stage. Anyone can just walk up onto it. But I think it would make sense if that's the puppet there. Because in the first movie, there's a lot of times where it'll switch between the children being there and the actual animatronics, but physically it's always the animatronics that are there when we see the children in it. So because this is a flashback, right? So this could be just a representation of like the spirit within the puppet, but what's actually happening is the puppet's carrying the child. And then that part where she drops to her knees, notice she's not holding anything. That's a different scene.
Are you ever gonna go back to Freddy's, I mean?
I think my sister is here.
On December 5th, you hear Balloon Boys laugh, but I'd like to make note of the fact you can easily edit the audio on these trailers. They could be hearing something completely different. So let's continue.
Where are you gonna run to?
I don't think they actually hear William Afton's voice here. I think that's for dramatic effect on the trailer. Because they look towards each other. They would be looking to where the voice came from. Okay, so immediately, right here, I gotta make the comments everyone else has already made. Freddy looks absolutely gorgeous here. Chica, I like Chica's design. Everyone complains that like the arms aren't like T-posing and whatever. I feel like that's very nitpicky. I mean, yeah, they could have easily just had her T-pose throughout the whole film. But at the same notion, I'm like, dude, with how much effort went into this and how accurate it looks to the game, are we really just gonna grasp at straws for things to complain about? I'm like, that slight inaccuracy, I could care less. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could care less about a slight inaccuracy when everything else is to a T. I've heard people complain about it and I just think it's dumb. And then Withered Bonnie. Dude, he's probably the most game accurate of all three of them. Got Withered Foxy. He looks beautiful. He looks really good. Something about him doesn't look exactly like the game. But again, am I really gonna grasp at straws here for something to complain about? No, I'm more just making note of it. Like, I can't tell what it is. It's the same thing with like a lot of them in the first movie where they look exactly like the characters, but at the same time, something also looks slightly different.
What do they want with my sister?
So what do they want with my sister? She's screaming at something. You got this shoulder here. Something tells me those are two different scenes. Two different scenes. I don't even think that's the same room. That could be a different... Look, there's a phone on the wall. Why would there be a phone on the wall in a kid's bedroom? I know this wallpaper says kid's bedroom, but there's a phone on the wall. We see this shot here. This is the shot that we saw right after Mangle again. I don't know if this is the same sequence.
Half of this town will be dead by morning.
Half of this town will be dead by morning. That's an important line. Whatever goal these animatronics have, it has to do with something where they're gonna be killing most of the town by morning, apparently. I don't know. I got a theory here about, like, maybe William Afton programmed the toys to kill. Kind of in the same respect as, like, Sister Location. But maybe in this universe, instead of making a completely new pizza place, he just did it to the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Location and designed these animatronics to, like, kill and extract as much remnant as possible. Also, cool Nazi games here. Those light up eyes, showing that they can do it, does make me wonder why they haven't. Guess maybe they just haven't had a need for the spotlights yet. But I think this part right here is gonna make a lot of FNAF fans happy because now you have that signature glowing white eyes and there's a practical use for it. And the fact of it helps her see in the dark. So clearly two different scenes. Oh wait, no, it might be the same one actually. I think that might be him down there. Let's see if there's any secrets in here. Oh, got a shot of Balloon Boy. That's the FNAF 2 office. I agree with what a lot of people have been saying. He's probably gonna steal Mike's batteries. Everyone hates Balloon Boy for that reason. So, these are two different shots. Right? These are all three of these completely different shots, completely different locations. This is the hallway. This is inside of a house. This is all the cars. And you can tell this does actually take place after that because the hole's punched in the window. There we go. Mangle looks beautiful, by the way. Whoever worked on Mangle did an astounding job. Whoever worked on all these animatronics did a great job. Jim Henson Creature Shop, you did amazing. Stinger shot, there we go. I love the stinger shots. Foxy's jump scare. I do wish that they actually had him physically, like, leap through the hallway, but I'll take this. I don't mind it. I'd say it works, and it does make more sense than him just leapfrogging through the hallway, although I would have liked to see him do that. Again, that's a nitpick. Again, with everything else they're getting accurate, it's really grasping at straws to find something to complain about. So yeah, I think for me, it's just, like, the only thing is, like, Foxy's face shape. Something feels weird about it. I'll say that. Something feels weird about it compared to the FNAF 2 game. Again, I'm not expecting 100% accuracy. Even the cosplays, the really good ones, don't meet that 100% accuracy standard. You're just not going to. There's gonna be slight differences. He did get it extremely close, though. Like, it's recognizable as him. Like, unless you put this next to the game model, you're probably not gonna notice that much of a difference. I think it's kind of leaning on almost like the side of the Gmod model a little bit. I wonder if they took some inspiration from that on purpose. That would make sense. That would make sense, actually. So then it, like, looks like the games, but also has that little bit of a nostalgic feel. I'm almost kind of wondering if that's what they're kind of doing a little bit with some of these, is mixing certain wither designs of different models people have uploaded together. Like, hey, here's the design that's gonna, like, create the most nostalgia for people. That's probably a reach. That's probably a stretch. I don't legitimately think that's actually the case, but it could be. This is just, like, theorizing and everything. I know I didn't do the initial watch through first, but there's a few reasons for that. One, I already watched it last night. Two, because my face isn't in it and you won't be able to see my reactions. It would just be straight up stealing the trailer, and that's not cool. I don't think that's cool. I don't like when people do that, which is why I'm trying my best to, like, do mainly commentary on this. So yeah, overall, yeah, December 5th. Tickets are available now. So I was actually kind of shocked by this because I didn't think they were gonna do, like, a full second trailer. I thought it was just gonna be, like, TV spots and stuff like that because they didn't do that for the first movie. They just had the one trailer and a bunch of TV spots. Well, they had the teaser, the trailer, and then a bunch of TV spots. I could be wrong. They might have actually had a second trailer and I forgot about it. Either way, yeah, this looks really good. I was shocked. I wish you guys could have seen my reaction the first time I watched through it. I just couldn't hold myself back. back from watching it. My jaw was like hitting the floor at all points here. I'm like, this looks like an actual horror movie. This looks really good. I applaud the people at Blumhouse, and I applaud Scott Cawthon. It looks really good. I hope the movie itself is as good as the trailer makes it look. By this point in the FNAF 1 cycle, when I had seen that trailer, I remembered being a bit worried by some of the trailers. It was exciting, but there were certain things that made me worried. This one, I don't have that sense of worry. I don't have that sense of like, ooh. You know, there's nothing to me here that comes off as extremely campy or that comes off as like, that looks bad. Like, everything comes off like, yeah, this seems like a good FNAF 2 movie. I mean, the concept is definitely really interesting. The fact that they actually have the FNAF 2 office in there, like I mentioned in the last one, is insane. I didn't think they were ever gonna like put a real FNAF game office in one of these movies. I thought they were gonna go completely realistic route. And I think the reason why they did it is because the fans said something about it in the first movie and how we really wanted that game accurate office. So it's very clear that Blumhouse and Scott Cawthon are listening to the fans. For Scott Cawthon, that's just as per usual. Scott's always been good about that. That's one thing I've always loved about Scott Cawthon is when people have criticisms or complaints, he's always right on top of that. I gotta say, since day one when we had that complaint about the FNAF 3 jump scares, he was like, alright, I'm not leaving the series off on that note, let's make a 4. And then after that, when people had complaints about where the story was going and when people were misunderstanding the story from what Scott says, it was misunderstanding, he was like, okay, I need to clarify this with another game. So this is a known thing Scott Cawthon does, is when he puts out something that is not up to his standards and not up to the people's standards, he's always very good at going back and going, okay, for the next installment, I need to fix this, and this, and he focuses on fixing those things. And I think that's a good artist right there, an artist that can listen to criticism and adapt without giving up creative freedom. That's something I admire, is that ability to listen to the audience without changing the story completely and without giving up creative freedom. Because I do think this is still following that original idea he had in mind with the first FNAF movie, and it's a continuation of that, but you can tell he leaned more into the horror on this one, and the presentation is different. And I said with the first movie, and I still stand by this, how that one's gonna be perceived in the future depends all on how this movie is received, and how FNAF 3 is received. If this movie does good, I think people will look on that first movie a lot more fondly, and will be able to look over a lot of the problems we had with it. So yeah, that's all of my personal thoughts, that's my theories, that's my, initial reaction. I'm excited for this, man. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm ready. I'm ready for FNAF 2, and it's only a month away. So, with that being said, I just want to thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next video. Deuces.